Welcome back. Seventh annual Scott Hamilton and Friends celebrating 90s country this year with some of the decade's biggest names. Scott, I don't know how to introduce you. Olympian, world champion, successful entrepreneur, but I think mostly fighter of cancer overall, and that's what you committed pretty much everything to these days.
I didn't choose it, it chose me.
Exactly.
You know, it took my mom out in 2 years. There was nothing they could do for her, but they threw everything in the kitchen sink at her, and then 20 years later, I'm diagnosed with cancer, and 2 guys in Indiana figured out how to treat my cancer.
Yeah.
So it's all about the promise of research. And so we know that the science is somewhere up here, but the funding is still down here. And if we can close the gap, we can save countless lives. And so we are hard at work. Yeah. We're doing events all over the country. This is our signature event at Bridgestone Arena, and we're really proud of it. And it's so much fun. It's sort of like, it's hard to describe because it's sensory overload. You've got iconic musicians on stage and Olympic champion skaters on the ice. And it's just, you don't know where to look. It's like you're going back and forth, and then it's like you're 5 again, you know, because you're at this thing where we got Kurt Browning coming back, Nathan Chen coming in, Elsa Cisney. We got phenomenal skaters, some of the best skaters ever to grace the ice. And it's really, it's an event like no other, and I'm really hoping that we fill Bridgestone Arena and just really show cancer who's boss.
It hits at just the right time, too. November 19th, it's right when people are getting geared up for the holidays, Thanksgiving, maybe family in town. I mean, it's what a
magic.
Yeah,
it's
what
magic.
A wholesome event.
When you see what these skaters can do, and when you see, like, you know, you're looking at the artists that have graced our stage in the past. You know, Katia Gordieva's coming back.
Yeah.
Elaj Balde is coming back. And we've had some of the greatest musicians of all time, but definitely some of the greatest skaters of all time. Like, the tradition now is for Elaj Balde to do a backflip over me in the finale. And that's been, you know, like...
Every year it gets closer and closer.
I'm looking for a way to get a free appendectomy, you know, and that's one way to do it. But it's a spectacular event, and it's like nothing anyone will ever see anywhere else, because we're the only ones in the world doing this type of event, and Nashville is uniquely positioned to be able to pull it off. And then you've got the skaters who have maintained really strong relationships over all these years. They love this event because they don't get to skate in front of live music anywhere else. And because it's only one night that we get to perform this show, it's not televised. The only way to see it is to be in the arena, and it is awesome. And I'm humbled because I get to work with my heroes and my friends.
And you will know every song that's played on that stage.
You know, I wasn't a big country fan. I'm Rust Belt rock, right? You know, that's where I grew up. But, you know, when I started listening to the set, it was like, I wasn't listening to country music back then, but I knew every single song, because that's when country music became mainstream. And you know, just Trace Atkins, and you know, having been around him a lot over the years, and
Trace Atkins.
We're absolutely opposites. Like, he's a big, hairy guy with like a deep voice, and they still call me ma'am when I order room service. You know, so it's kind of like, and I'm this short, bald guy, and it's great. And Jody Messina, our kids are in hockey, and having Dina Carter back, and you know, or Dina Carter and Steve Warner, a cancer survivor.
Oh, man, what
all
names.
these amazing people, the front men, you know, with Larry Stewart, Richie McDonald, and Tim Rushlow coming and doing all their songs from their bands. And it's just spectacular music, spectacular skating, and it's all for something that really impacts us all.
About 10 seconds left, Scott. So it's November 19th. It's obviously at Bridgestone. We want to fill it. The money benefits cancer research and getting
the promise of a better future. Definitely. Scott,
thank you. And I know, listen, if you want to hear more from Scott on this event, he's going to be on Local on 2, which airs at 2. We'll see you.